Alright, welcome back to the channel. I'm Don, and where we left off on the last video, we were doing some die cut stickers, and we had sent it to the send tab, and I didn't realize, but I just set it up for sticker paper, the J&J sticker paper, which would make it to where you would basically have to give somebody the whole sheet, and they would peel them off of the sheet individually through the stickers, and then they could throw the sticker away. That's not actually a die cut. It would look die cut once it was peeled and stuck. But if you want to do die cut, I'm going to go ahead and back up a couple of steps here, and we're going to go back to the design tab, and I'm going to do these two bottom stickers as an actual die cut, to where it'll cut through both the sticker paper and the bottom backing paper. That way you'll have an actual die cut sticker, and then I'll show you what that looks like once it all cuts out. And it'll also give you, a different way to do it. You can, a lot of times if I'm making it for my grandkids, I'll just send them the whole sheet and they can peel them right off the sheet. That way they don't lose the individual stickers. But if I was selling a die cut sticker, I would cut through all the backing paper and just send them that one sticker, or the whole pack if they wanted them that way. So to do that, we're going to make these two bottom actual die cut stickers. So to do that, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to change the outline color on these two bottom ones. And we're going to change it from red, and we can make it any color we want. Let's just go with purple. It kind of stands out good. So we're going to make those two purple, and these, 5 stickers here will be stuck to the page. They'll be on the page. You won't be able to take them out or anything like that. You'll just peel them off. Whereas these two will actually fall completely out of the paper and the backing, and you'll be able to individually have those. So once you decide which way you want to go, or if you want to do it this way, half and half, you can do that. Then you'll go back to the send tab, and you'll notice that we have another color up here. We only had the red last time, and we've got another color, which is the purple, and that's our outline. And unfortunately, it looks like we don't want to cut both the outline and the sticker itself, or the artwork itself. So we're going to have to go back to design. You want to make sure that it's only cutting the outline. If you can see, it's going to cut individually on all these little lines here. So we'll want to change that color to something else, because it looks like the artwork's actually in purple too. So okay, so what you'll want to do is go in and right click and ungroup them, and that way your little artwork is separated from the line here. And then we want to change this line only. We'll change it back to purple, and then we can put these back together. We'll make sure they're centered together. There we go. And then we'll group them back. And then once you get that done, I'll take you back here to the send tab so that you can see the difference. See, our little artwork here is outlined in green, and we have an outline in purple for where we want to do our cut. So now if we were going to do the cut, we would want to have the red, and if we turn the green off, it gets rid of this sticker completely. So we'll go and change it back. And again, we're just going to go in here, and we're just going to ungroup it. Uh-oh. Let's see, let's just pull the line out. There we go. And I'll change this line to purple. And it looks like my artwork has come ungrouped here, so I'm going to go ahead and group it back together so we don't accidentally mess it up. And then we'll make sure that's back together, and we'll hit Control G to group it, or you can hit the right click and go to group, either way. And now if we go back to send, and we can uncheck the green because we don't want it to cut the green line. And then we have our purple, which will cut around this one and this one. And then we also have the red. It's kind of down low here. The red will cut around all these 5 stickers here. but we want to have a different setting. This one's for J&J sticker paper, and so all it's going to do is cut through that sticker part and not cut through the backing. The purple, we want it to cut all the way through the backing, so we want to make it a different material. And what I tend to use, just because it's easy and it works, is I use cover stock heavy, 105 to 122 pound, and that tends to work great for cutting out this J&J sticker paper. Of course, you'll want to do a test cut and make sure that yours does what you want it to, but for mine, that tends to work really well. You might start there because the settings for that, let me go back to it here. The settings for that is a depth of 7, a force of 33, and then a speed of 1. I'll usually turn up the speed to like 3, just because that takes forever, and it's going to do 2 passes as well, so it will take a long time to cut through if it's on 1. So I'll turn it up to 3 on something like this. If it's just real easy straight line cuts, I'll turn it up to 5. But the deeper you go, you definitely want to go slower on your speed. If you're down at a 3, you can go 7 or 8 if you want to on the easy stuff. But so that gets us ready to do our cut. What I need to do now is actually print out the artwork. And unfortunately, my printer is in a different room, and I don't have room to set the camera up in there right now. So I'm going to go ahead and print this out, and as soon as I get that done, I'll show it to you, and then we'll load it into our Silhouette Cameo 4. Okay, I'm back real quick. I forgot to show you how to send it to the printer. So I'm going to fit this part in there. What you'll do to send it to the printer, once you make sure everything's ready here on the Send tab, you go back to your design, and everything that's on the paper will print. So you're going to come over here to the file, and then you're going to go down to print, and it's going to show you a preview, and you want to make sure that it has the registration marks. Everything's good to go there, and that your artwork is like you want it on the page. And then you'll click print, and it'll bring up the print dialog box. Now in the print dialog box, you just need to go find your printer. I've got a couple of different printers, so I use the Epson 3760 to do my printing on sticker paper. So I'm pretty sure this is the one. I've got one that's a series, and then one over here. I don't know what this one is, but this is the one I use. And I like to go into preferences and check and make sure everything is correct. We're using 8.5 by 11 inch paper. I've got it set up for a portrait, so I can just click that. But we want 8.5 by 11 inch paper. I want it set to portrait. The paper type is going to be, I use the Premium Presentation Paper Matte for this specific paper, sticker paper that I use. We want the quality to be high. And then I like to go down and click Print Preview, because I like to know, before I actually send it, everything's good to go. Then I'll come over here into More Options tab, and I'll check these out. We got 8.5 by 11. We want to turn off high-speed printing. That's where a lot of you get the lines in your printing. If you're seeing a lot of lines in there and you've done cleanings and everything's just not working right, turn off this high-speed printing if you're on an Epson printer. I can't remember what it's called on Canon and other things, but there will be a setting for high speed, and that's for if you're just pumping out a bunch of different prints and quality doesn't matter. If quality matters, turn off the high speed printing. We're not going to mirror the image since it is a sticker and it's going to be cut out just like it is. So we're good to go here. We'll hit OK. And then I always like to hit apply just to make sure that it sends the right things to the printer. And then we'll hit print. It'll go through there. It's going to pop up a preview. And it's an ugly preview, but it works. It lets me know that all my registration marks are there. My artwork is in the right place. And then all we have to do is hit print. Okay, so here's my printed piece of sticker paper. As you can see, it's got the registration marks in the top left and top right. and then the one on the bottom. The lights are kind of blowing it out, I think, but kind of get the point. And now we're just going to put it on the mat just like it shows on Silhouette Studio. So we'll go back to Silhouette Studio and we'll test that out. We'll take a look. Here's our mat. We've got the up arrow right here, and we want the top square in the top left corner on the side with the arrow. So going back to our mat, we've got our top arrow right up here, and we're just going to take and place our sticker paper right here in the corner and try to keep it as straight as possible with the lines on the mat. They don't have to be perfect, but you want to get as close as possible. You get better cuts the closer you get. So right there we have it. Get it in frame here. And we've got our arrow at the top. We've got our square at the top left. And from there we can go ahead and load our mat. Where we want to load our mat is this little line right here. Kind of leading in. And we want to make sure our mat goes in just at that line. And then over here we want to make sure that this roller is in line with the left side of our mat. And once we get it lined up there, we can hit that left up button to load it, and the sticker paper's on and it's ready to go. We want to make sure that we have our auto blade in correctly, or whatever blade you're using. I'm going to use the auto blade in this one. And you want to make sure, oh, there we go. You want to make sure that you push it all the way in. And I like to put my thumb underneath this and then push all the way down. And then click it. And if you look right down inside here, there's a little green dot. And that dot will fill in the circle completely if you have it in correctly. But these little black little arms sticking up here kind of fit into some grooves. And that's how you know that it's in there, and you can pull on it and it won't come out. So that's how you know that your blade is done correctly. I'll do a better video on that later. A lot of people seem to have problems with that. So, but our mat's loaded, our sticker paper's on the mat, and now we can do everything else from Silhouette Studio. So we'll come back over to Silhouette Studio, and we're gonna go to the Send tab. We're going to look over our settings one more time. We got the purple, which is going to completely cut through all the paper and do an actual die cut. And we've got it set to cardstock heavy, 105 to 122 pound. And then we've got the red lines on these 5 stickers set to J&J sticker paper. So it will not cut through the back of the paper backing. It will cut through the sticker paper itself. So you'll be able to peel these off the backing. That's set to J&J sticker paper. Everything looks like it's good to go. So I'm going to go down here and going to hit send. Actually, let's do a test cut. Let's just do a quick test cut. What you're going to do whenever you do a test cut is you want to kind of find a piece of open area that you're able to do the test cut in. So what I like to do is I just take and run this down until it gets to a good open area. And then I'll run my blade over the top of the paper. And so I'm kind of sitting about this far in and in a good wide open area there. And then I'm going to go here, and we've got, this is for the cardstock heavy. I want to do it for the sticker paper actually, so we'll switch it over to where it's saying cut J&J sticker paper, and then we'll do a test cut. And then we've got to hit the back button to bring it back out. And I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but we've got a little bitty square. Yeah, I don't think you'll be able to see that. Got a little square with a triangle inside of it. Alright, so I'm going to take my tweezers, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to pull that square off without the triangle coming up. So I hope you can see this in there. The light is really blowing everything out. But just like that, I pulled it up and I've got the square out with the triangle still stuck to the backing. And now that's the first test of a test cut. The second test is you want to pull this triangle up and pull it off of there and then check to see how deep it's cutting. You can kind of see a little bitty line there where the triangle was cut. And as long as that's not too deep, you're good to go. You'd prefer to see nothing there, but then it has a tough time cutting all the way through for the square. So I like to see just a little indentation, and then I know I'm getting a good cut. So we'll load our mat back up. And I will do a better video on test cuts as well, because that's another thing everybody has a really big problem with. We've got our mat loaded. We know that our settings are all correct. We've done a test cut, and test cuts come out okay. And so we can hit send. And what it's going to do is it'll do them in order. So it's going to go down and cut the purple ones first, cut them out, and then it'll go to the green, which doesn't have a check mark. It'll go to this little crosshatch, doesn't have a check mark, and then it'll do the red and cut these 5 stickers out. So okay, so it looks like everything's been cut. Let's give it a test real quick. Go ahead and back our mat out, and if we go to pull our sticker paper up, looks like it cut through the die cuts perfectly, just like we wanted. And then we've also got these right here, so if I wanted to, I could just bend these and peel them up just like that. So there you have it. So basically, like I was saying earlier, the purple lines, we did the 105 to 122 pound paper. It cut all the way through, so it gave us an actual die cut sticker. So you'd have this right here, and you'd give them to your customer just like this, and then they would just peel them off the backing just like that. Good to go. Well, I hope I was able to show you something that helped you out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section below. And like, share, and subscribe, all that good stuff. And make sure you subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be putting out more tutorial stuff on just different aspects of the silhouette machine that I see people having a lot of problems with. Other than that, I hope you guys have a good day, and thank you for watching.